What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live in a living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous. It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time. DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you could have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. Today on the program, I got Kyle Cross. Yeah, Kyle Cross. Oh, what? Oh, you heard of him? Okay. Well, you're going to get to hear a little bit more about him in the next few minutes, so stick around. This week's shows, I have one public show. Yeah, my regular one public show. My regular gig at Friday night at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. The video dance party karaoke jam. Yeah, I said karaoke. You're the stars of the show. We got the stage all set up, and you get to be the star, at least for 3 or 4 minutes, or at least as long as a karaoke song is. They got a full bar, kitchens open, pool tables, pool tournament on Friday night. So if you want to try your hand at playing pool on a Friday night, I encourage you to check out the Rab, Conway, Arkansas, 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the a.m. Come on out and play with us. Yeah, good times. All right, that's enough intro. Let's get into it with Kyle Cross. I got him on Skype, so if you're listening to the audio version, I encourage you to check out the video version on my YouTube page, youtube.com/user/KeysDAN. Skyping Kyle Cross now.
Let's go.
Kyle Cross, young Cross.
Can we curse on here? Is there no cursing?
It's whatever you want. It's your podcast.
All right.
You do what you want.
You gotta let me know now.
Yeah, but I got Kyle Cross, and it's Young Cross Maine, amongst other things, because I saw that your YouTube is Young Mob. Well,
yeah.
Welcome to the What Makes You Famous podcast. What's going on, man?
Man, I'm just chilling.
Okay. All right. That's a way to start. We can chill. All right. I know it's getting a little later at night. You spent a whole day probably working, but we're going to unwind and spend a little time getting to know you. I know you're in Paragould, Arkansas. I'm in Conway, Arkansas myself, not too far away. I think I've been to a few events up there. But tell me, what's life for a Kyle Cross in Paragould, Arkansas?
I'm actually from the whole northeast Arkansas area, like from Jonesboro, but I don't live there anymore. Currently, I'm in the Ukraine fighting off these Russian bastards. You know what I mean?
Well, I got to salute your service, man.
They gave me this vicious Rottweiler to help me protect.
I don't think that's a Rottweiler, but it could be vicious. It could help to fight off evilness. Tell me what you think about that, being a young person. Has it made your creative juices flow? Are you rapping about it?
I'm running for president in 2024.
Perfect. I
Yeah.
mean, I think you and maybe Donald Trump's coming back, I think, and Kamala Harris probably in there.
I got it. You can't. Let's rap battle for it.
Go ahead. Do it, man. I mean, serious business. I mean, I know we're joking a little bit, but I know that there's that's how you get through all the tough times, is you put a little humor into it.
Yeah, man. People be too serious. Just send me, Fishscale Zell, and Chief Keef over there, and we got it. We got it handled.
Well, that's just it. If everybody just rap battled instead of sending bombs, that would be fan-bloody-tastic. If we could all be like Rabbit and get up on stage and put it out there instead of going and missiling each other and bombing hospitals, yeah, it'd be a whole lot better world. I think we could talk it out, man. But diplomacy seems to be failing at this time.
I think everybody just needs to sit down and smoke some weed.
You may be right.
That's my honest recommendation.
Okay. A fan of the weed, are you?
Yeah, yes, sir. Very much so.
Did you get your medical card? Was your back hurt? Oh, my back hurts.
Yeah. I mean,
I know it's not.
I got my hood medical card.
Yeah, I know it's not legal, but it should be. It should be. I've never done it.
It should be legal all over the world.
I've never done it. My mom did it. She's a child of the 60s. And
Right.
she exposed me to marijuana through my young life. I used to walk in the living room, and her and my dad are just smoking it up, going, "Huh, that smells kind of fun. I like the smell of it." I never actually puffed it myself, but yeah, it would be a nicer world if we smoke them the peace pipe. And
I'm gonna have to come there in person.
Well, I know you, but you're in the Ukraine as far as anybody knows.
Yeah. I'll be back. I'll be back though.
Well, I see
I
you got
a show next week in Paraguay. I'll be back.
I see you got a Billie Eilish poster behind you. Is that somebody that you like, that you admire? Tupac back there?
That's one of my little shorties, you know.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, I see Tupac. This week happens to be 25 years since Biggie died back in, I think it was 97, if I'm not mistaken. So there's, I got a party this Friday, and I think I'm gonna have that as part of the theme, where I play a little Biggie and take it back. You know, East Coast rap, where he. I know it was all going West Coast at that time. That's probably before you were born, man, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, it was. But I'm still, I grew up on rap and metal, so I know all that.
Well, tell me about it. What rap and what metal were you exposed to? And who did the exposing?
My parents, just the stuff my parents listened to, like Slipknot, one of my favorites of all time. I wouldn't be rapping if it wasn't for Slipknot, as crazy as that sounds. Lil Wayne's my favorite rapper of all time.
Yeah, I like Lil Wayne, but I don't like Lil Weezy. I don't like when they change their names, man. It gets confusing.
Yeah.
I met Sean Combs, and then he changed his name to Puff Daddy, and then he changed his name to P. Diddy, and then his Diddy, and then it gets confusing. You know, for a guy that's on the radio and wants to play a song, and I go, well, is it going to be Kyle Cross or Young Cross Maine? You know, find a brand and stick to it.
It's just Kyle Cross, man. I don't have a name because this ain't a persona. This is me. This is what I'm about.
Okay, but I did see Young Cross Maine on your Facebook page.
Yeah,
what is that?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a nickname I've been given. Young Cross Maine, Young Cross, your girlfriend's favorite rapper. It's all the same.
Well, that's the trouble, man. When you have Young MC, that man's like 69 years old right now, and he's still Young MC. It's troublesome.
Hey, maybe one of these days I'll be Old Cross Maine.
You might be right, man. You might be right. Well, I did catch a little bit of your raps on YouTube, and it looks like you rap about what you know about the streets. You know, I mean, everybody came from somewhere. Everybody's got a story. The whole reason I started this podcast is to hear stories from people. Everybody's got a story. But Kyle Cross, I mean, you're from Jonesboro. I think I've definitely done some parties up in that area. You know, that's the northeast Arkansas. There's some toughness everywhere. There's some good times everywhere. Your mom and dad are listening to Slipknot and exposing you to that. But what else are your mom and dad into?
My dad was a sergeant for the National Guard. He passed actually back in July.
Oh man, I'm sorry about that.
I don't want to talk about too much out of respect for my family, and there's still like some things that ain't really known, you know what I mean?
No, I understand.
But you know, just good man, fought for our country. Had a badass son. It's about to take over the world.
You know, back in 1985, if I'm not mistaken, on MTV, and yes, MTV used to play music videos, Madonna got on there, and she said, they said, Madonna, what do you want to do? You got a hit song. I'm going to take over the world. And she did. You put it out to the universe, you can do it, man. I don't discount anybody.
I'm doing it.
I don't discount anybody. I'm from Miami, Florida, and I got, you know, I was on the radio down there in Miami, and I used to get a lot of new artists come in and say, hey, I'm brand new. Can you play this for me? Yeah, no problem. And who knows? Who knows who it is?
Yeah.
You know, oh, they call me Pitbull. All right. They also call me Mr. 305. Oh, okay. And he, yeah, you want to hate, yeah, and same thing like Justin Bieber, okay?
Yeah.
All right. The man was on camera 24 hours a day. Yeah, they're going to catch me doing something stupid if they put me on camera 24 hours a day.
Oh, are you ready for that life? They got plenty of footage of me doing stupid shit, I promise you.
Well, right now you can live on TikTok and actually monetize it.
Yeah, no. That's it's bittersweet. it's bittersweet.
It is, man. But
because now you got all these dumbass kids seeing this and seeing that and trying to replicate it.
Understood, man.
But this shit is really what I know.
What do you know? What do you
know? I know struggle.
Yeah.
I know hustle.
Yeah.
I know the streets.
Well, I know
I'm also double-sided with it because I went to 10 schools before I graduated. So I've been to the ghetto schools, I've been to suburban schools, I've been around it all. So I kind of can relate to both sides, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the life of a military son, is you're going to be moving around quite a bit. But and that doesn't help when you're trying to build relationships, trying to get a friend. Did you ever get a chance to stay in one place long enough to make some friends, get a crew together that you can hang with? Or were you just always alone?
The thing about Jonesboro is, like, there's all these little towns around it, right? Like Hoxie and Walnut Ridge and Paragould.
Yeah.
And I grew up moving around and bouncing back and forth between all those places, and they were all pretty close. So I'm known pretty much around that whole area.
Well, that helps a little bit if you get a knack for the rapping. When I was in school, I was a break dancer, believe it or not. But I wasn't the best break dancer, but I had a little crew of friends, and it's always good to have a crew of people. But we work hand in hand with the hip hoppers. With the people that were starting out in hip hop. But Kyle Cross, I'm looking at your YouTube, and you use Kyle Cross with the $sign. So if anybody's interested in looking you up, look up Cross and replace the S's with $signs. You got some songs out there, man. Who's producing your music? Because some of your stuff, it doesn't sound like mixtape, doesn't sound like bedroom music. Sounds like you went to an actual studio and mixed some stuff down. Where did you go? Who's helping you out?
So I was on hiatus for about a year from September 21st, I believe, 2020 to until February 4th this year, 2022. So before I came back from this hiatus, I was recording everything right here on this mic, actually, right here. And I crossed paths with Street Hustle. They in Jonesboro. A lot of people know them. And I've been working with them ever since I met them. I did a show opening for Anthony Beast Mode. I met them there. And it's just been all love ever since. It's my family.
See, and for just a minimal amount of money, you got a good microphone that you feed into a computer, and someone, a good engineer can mix master it down. I was talking to a cat 2 days ago, and he has his own recording studio down in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. And he said he was trying to get somebody from Canada to record some vocals. He had him record on a phone, one of these new, like an iPhone. And he was able to get that recording. It was good enough that he could drop it into the mix and mix it down. Man, it's amazing what you could do with technology. And you have, a good microphone sitting right there, right behind you in your room, and you can create. And that's what you're doing, man. That's what you decided to do with your life. But you said for the last year you were on hiatus. Hiatus from what?
Man, mostly just, it was a few things. It was overcoming being a drug addict. It was the death of my dad and everything surrounding that. Pretty much those two main things. Also got into a little bit of a bad business deal with the music. I don't even want to talk about that too much, but yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Well, that's a learning experience for some people, man. You sign on that dotted line, they give you $5,000, and then they don't tell you got to pay that $5,000 back, and sometimes with interest.
Yeah, this industry's fucked.
Yeah.
If you're somebody, if you just out here doing it for fun, that's cool. Do your thing too. But I'm somebody that's actually out here trying to really do this. Yeah. And I'm gonna do this.
Dude,
but I know how these motherfuckers are.
Yeah, you're not only gonna do it, you're doing it, man. I'm
doing it.
You don't have that much. I've
been doing it since 14.
Yeah, I can tell, and you look 15. But you know, that's a
I'm 20.
compliment. Yeah, that's a compliment. You probably get you probably get carded for bubble gum. But
Yeah.
you got to appreciate that, man. You know, when you start at 14, you're ahead of the game. You're so far
Yeah.
ahead of the game. But people that start at 30, don't stop. Don't quit. If that's
don't ever stop. It ain't never too late, and it ain't ever too early either.
You better believe it. You better believe it, man. You're giving words of wisdom right there. So I mean, but at 14, I mean, why do you start rapping? Is it to get the girls?
I wasn't rapping at first, actually.
Okay.
I was in bands. I was doing metal bands. Cause like I told you, I grew up on rap and metal. But back then, I wasn't recording it or nothing, but I was rapping. But it was more just like freestyling with the homies and stuff.
Were you rapping your own personal stuff, or you know, like rapping records? Like me, Heavy D's my favorite, so I know pretty much all his rhymes, and you know, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and you know, and you know, like just quite a few of the raps, even Tupac.
Back when I was like 11 or 12, I would take like the Lil Wayne or Eminem beats, and I'd write my own stuff on it.
That's the way you start, man. And
but then, you know, I'd also just be chilling with the homies, and they'd throw on a beat, and they was all into rap, and I was into rap too, but I was doing the metal bands. At that time, I really thought I was going to be, I really wanted to be like the next Marilyn Manson or something.
You know?
I wanted it to be a rap metal band, but nobody else in the band was feeling that, so we just went with the full-on metal route.
Funny story. I went to Western High School in Fort Lauderdale, 1982 through 86, and it's supposedly 9th and 10th grade. One Brian Warner was one of my classmates. I never knew him. But they told me later at my 10th year reunion, hey, you know, Marilyn Manson was one of our classmates in 9th and 10th grade. Yeah. He didn't graduate with us. He went over to a school like down the street. But yeah, I was like, huh. Okay, he must have been that kid in the corner. I seen him
in Memphis on my 15th birthday at Minglewood Hall. There's been a lot of stuff come out about him recently. I don't know about all that. I don't know about the stuff the man's done in his personal life, but his music inspired me.
Do you know what's funny? It's like I don't know. You know, like I said, you put a camera on somebody, you're going to catch people doing something stupid. If a cop follows you while you're driving, you're going to go over that double line at some point. You know, so you're always going to, you know, these people are in the limelight all the time. I'm not saying that if he's done anything allegedly that it's right, but my goodness, man, you know, you could still like his creativity. Bill Cosby, my favorite comedian of all time. Ruined my childhood, man.
That one hurt.
It hurt, man. He ruined my childhood. I was like, oh, man, do I have to stop liking him? Because he's awesome. He had great comedy. And you know, R. Kelly, I like oh, man, really? Michael Jackson, oh, come on, man, really?
Yeah, Michael Jackson was, that one really hurt, too.
Allegedly, you know.
Allegedly.
No convictions.
Allegedly, though. Yeah, that's the thing with the whole allegedly. I don't know how you're going to accuse a man of that after he already dead.
Yeah, no, he was already accused of it even before.
Yeah.
He went to court back in the 90s for it. But my goodness, man, I love his music. I love all kinds of music.
I love his music too.
But
you can't I don't know, some people you got to learn how to a lot of these people, a lot of artists, really the majority percentage is it's all an act that they put on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these guys might even wanted you to think that shit.
Well, supposedly Lisa Marie and him were living together at Graceland back when they were married for that minute and a half. And supposedly Lisa Marie was talking about him on a talk show, and she say, Michael doesn't use that high-pitched voice all the time. He's like, Lisa, get me a beer. You know? Yeah, he doesn't.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
Oh, I love you so much. Everybody in my favorite friends. No, man, he didn't talk like that at home as far as Lisa Marie was concerned. But, you know, that's a persona. And, you know, even you putting the Adidas hat on with the sunglasses, Adidas, man, that was Run DMC. That was hip hop. That's from the early days, man. You got that nice chain with what does it say? Cross on it. I can't see behind your Rottweiler. I love it. I love it, man. But and you're representing. You're cultivating a look.
Always representing.
You're making a brand. It's something. It's something that people can recognize. So that way, when they try to find you, hey, who was that guy that we saw at that club? Man, I can't remember. Oh, yeah, he had a chain that said Cross. That was Cross. I get it, Kyle Cross. You're developing a persona, something that people can relate to, so that way they can find your music. And that's a smart thing. It's smart. It's brains, man. That's how I saw you have your Instagram. That's you post a lot there. You post a lot on your Facebook. I mean, what do you think about social media? We didn't have it when I was a kid. But you have to have it now.
Yeah, I feel like I was meant to be back in like the 90s.
It seems like it, man.
I'm not a fan of it. I like anything that I can create, rather it be music or videos or anything I can create and have a way, anything I can show people what I made. I like that part of it.
Yep.
But there's just a lot of negativity,
Yeah. I mean, but you're rapping. All right. Say at 14, you get in that metal band. How far did you go with that? How many pieces were in it? Do you remember the guys? Do you still hang out with them?
That band, I never actually met any of them in person. It was all done like over the internet. Like we was all like, one homeboy was sending guitar riffs and other dude was doing the bass and all that. And then we sent it to this dude and he'd put it all together. It was like that.
This is not the first time I talk about you could use the internet for good, man. Where were these cats at? Where were they at?
Use it for good.
Where were they at?
Use it for good.
Where was your guitars? Where was your drummer? Where was your basses? Where were they?
The only one I really talk to anymore, and he's a radio host actually in I want to say West Virginia.
That's cool, man. And did you play any instruments yourself?
Shout out Alex. Shout out Alex LaRosa.
Well, you say you were in band at school. Did you play any instruments yourself?
No, I wasn't in band. I was just doing metal bands. No, I tried to play guitar for a little bit, but I broke my hand a couple years ago, and it just ain't really moved the same since. So I'm just going to stick to rapping.
Yeah. I mean, you go with what you know. And you, all right, when you're trying to develop raps, I know you think about things, you go with what you know, but do you have rhyming dictionaries that you read or try to figure out different words that you could put together? No. How do you develop your craft?
I'm just I'm like influenced by a lot of different types of music, like I'm really, really influenced by the rock stuff. Even if I'm doing some hard street shit, I'm still, I think like imagery is like really important these days. What? And I think dudes like Slipknot and Marilyn Manson and Korn and all them, all the guys from that area, they're the definition of that. The whole shock rock era, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it was theatrics too, man. It wasn't just getting it up there and singing on a mic, which is perfectly fine. If you're at a small show where you don't need all the pyrotechniques, but if you give them a show, you put a little makeup on, you put a good outfit on, you get dressed up, you show up. I do weddings. I'm a wedding DJ for and people go. I say, hey, what would you like me to wear? Shorts and a t-shirt. Come on, it's your wedding, man. Let me tux it up. Like, are you getting dressed up? You want to show up. You want to give them a show.
Yeah, man. People forget. You got to be an entertainer too.
That's right. You're going to go far as long as you know that. You give them a little extra. When people come to a Kyle Cross show, what are they going to see? Are they going to see Kyle Cross with a backing track? Or are you going to have a band back there? Or are you going to have some pyrotechnics, some lights? I mean, what's a Kyle Cross show look like?
Kyle Cross show is just pure energy.
Okay.
Pure energy. I can do it by myself, but also sometimes Street Hustle like to get up there with me. We just go wherever we playing at. We just take over.
See, that's my favorite. When I go see a hip hop show, it's not just one artist; it's several artists. I like a nice what do they call it? A festival. You know,
Yeah.
if you have Street Hustle, is that one person or is that several people?
No, that's shout out Street Hustle. That's CG. He recorded everybody. It's like with the engineer. We got Fishscale Zell. We got Mimi. We got Ready Rock. We got Solo Key and Loco. We got some talent on there, man.
And these cats are all in Northeast Arkansas.
All in Jonesboro. That's my family.
Fantastic, man. It's good to have a crew like that. People that you can go to, bounce ideas off of. You know, how often do you get
They took me in when nobody was fucking with me, man.
Yeah. And that's what you got to do, man. You once you get to a certain, all right, I know when I was coming up, I didn't help people as much as I should have. I think back, I go, you know, there was a few people, I didn't step on anybody, but I didn't help as much as I should have. But once you get to a certain level, you should be picking people up. And that's what they did for you. And that's what you're going to do for the next generation, is you're not only going to pick them up and inspire them, but you're also going to, hey, if you find somebody that's 14 now, try spinning their wheels, trying to figure out how to live their life. That's what this
shit's all about.
Maybe they want to be the next Kyle Cross. Maybe they want to be the next rapper, you know, and help take over the world. Well, I mean, wait your turn. Wait your turn. Kyle's taking over the world first.
Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it.
Absolutely, man. Now, what do you think about?
It's actually. Oh, sorry. What did you say?
No problem. What do you think about the advice that a lot of people give that go, oh man, don't get into the entertainment business. You're going to be a starving artist. But what if it's the only thing you want to do? Is there anything else? Do you have a fallback career, or is there anything else you want to do in this life?
No, man. This music shit's it.
That's the answer that I keep getting.
That's the only thing I'm good at.
That's the answer I keep getting. If you cannot figure out anything else to do, man, you just keep grinding. Keep on hustling.
This is the street, straight up.
Yeah, keep going, man. And the cute little dog is a nice it's a nice juxtaposition, because you got this tough guy, a rapper, and then
we on some real. There's a whole lot of gangster activity going on in this bitch.
Well, tell me about it.
He got 6 trap houses in Brixton.
Trap houses? What's a trap house?
Oh, you know, you're going to have to come to Jonesboro, Dan.
I got to get back there. Back there. Well, I mean, what do you think about the trap music? Because it seemed like when trap music was really big, maybe a few years ago, it was all the same.
I think rap is in an interesting place right now. Yeah. I think it's kind of in a similar place that it was a few years ago. Again, it is very saturated. It's very saturated, and the same shit. And one of the reasons I got with Street Hustle was because I noticed it was a team of artists, and every artist had something different about them. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's one of the things I respect. Even here in Little Low, Arkansas, motherfuckers are biting off of each other.
Well, I mean, any cat with $100 can get himself a microphone and something to record on, and put it on YouTube or put it on SoundCloud. But you got to find a way to make yourself stand out, and the way to do it is to have a team. You know, that's one way, because you can't do it all by yourself. I've tried. Yeah. I've tried to do stuff by myself. No, you need to have somebody that's helping you out, even if it's passing out flyers.
I really did.
Yeah.
Look, when I met Street Hustle, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna do this shit no more. I had randomly got booked for the show. I hadn't even done a show in a year. I didn't know if I was gonna do this shit anymore. I thought I was done with it. I got booked for a show at my dad's funeral. True story.
Yeah.
Got booked at my dad's funeral. I do the show, and I just took over. I hadn't even been on stage in a year, and I just, it was like it never left.
So this is just a few months ago.
And then, this was back in August was the show.
Yeah.
That I'm talking about.
And up till then, what have you been doing? I did the show, and the whole club, before I got on, there was 3 or 4 rappers on it before me, and nobody, the room was dead. Huh. But I got on there, I turned the whole club up. Well, that's
nice.
And
I ain't even 21 yet. I ain't even really supposed to be in these clubs, so I have to leave after I do my set. I leave, and shout out Galen Trammell, his promoter. He calls me, and he's like, yo, Aaron from Street Hustle want to talk to you. So I get on the phone. get his number, talk to them. Went to the studios the next day, and so history from there.
Yeah, I remember those days when I was too young to get into the clubs. You know, I got booked to play here. I'm playing music. Yeah, you got to stay in that booth. Stay in that booth. Don't come out. I'll bring you your Cokes. Don't worry. Those are the days, man. Hey, only one more year and you get out. You can do whatever you want after that.
I got one more month.
One more month. Happy birthday in advance, man. Expect a birthday shout out.
All the shit I've been doing since 13 legally.
Oh, that's fantastic. Hey, you can have your first beer in just a month. You can have your first beer. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, man, you're the son of a soldier, man. He probably taught you right. Yeah.
Yes, sir. He sure did.
So what?
Crossbones son. Shout out Crossbones.
Yeah. Wait, he had a name. He had Crossbones.
Yeah.
I saw that on your Facebook.
That's my dad. That's the OG Crossbones.
I saw that on your Facebook. Crossbones son. Well, that's fantastic, man. Was he rapping or meddling or what was he in kind of entertainment?
He dabbled with music, but he wasn't ever not really, not like that. He wasn't doing shows or nothing. He just liked to drink beer and play on his guitar.
Oh, well, see, that's
one of those. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's still nice, man. You still
Ain't
got
nothing wrong with that.
Still got a little music in the house. He exposed you to some Slipknot and metal.
And my mom about.
Yeah, and what's your mom into?
My mom showed me who Eminem was. My mom showed me Eminem. I still remember the first Eminem video I ever seen. It was When I'm Gone. My mom showed me that. She also showed me Nirvana. She's also the first person to show me Nirvana.
Heck yeah. Man, yeah. I remember on MTV here once again when Slim Shady was real popular, and he had like 100 blondes that looked just like him, the real Slim Shady. Oh my gosh, what a performance! Talk about a showman, man. He hired like, I don't know, maybe 50, maybe 100 people that looked just pretty similar to him, and then he bounces out from behind the curtain. None of them were him. The real Slim Shady wasn't even there. He was behind, way back behind.
Shout out Eminem, but
yeah,
I'm next up.
Oh yeah, there's more to it, man. I know he's still doing it.
I'm the new white boy out here. What's up with it?
You know, and that's another thing, man. Black, white, red, brown. Who cares, man?
I don't see it. I don't see color.
Well, okay, wait, colorblind. That'll keep you out of the armed forces. You can't be in the armed forces if you're colorblind. No. But no, man. Hey, I admire our differences, but everybody's got room to create, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay. Maybe the color of your skin might be a one of the selling points. It might be something. It might be a part of the brand. It's like, okay, that's the white boy over there. He's gonna show you something, you know.
Crap white boy.
Absolutely, man. Well, that's fantastic, man. So, I mean, okay, 14, 15, you're bouncing around schools. You're trying to figure out your way in this world. Once you get out of, I mean, did you do sports or anything in high school at all, or what was your?
Oh man, I used to skateboard a little bit. But that's about the closest to sports I ever got.
Hey, that's a difficult sport. Don't let anybody tell you wrong, man. Were you able to do any grinding?
I busted my ass a couple times, and that was enough.
You didn't mess up any pools or anything?
Nah, just my back and shit.
I remember when I was riding motorcycles, man. I was dumb, man, trying to pop wheelies on the street. I'm like, you dummy. Why were you doing that?
Yeah, I ain't about to sit here and lie to nobody. I'm probably the least athletic motherfucker out here.
Well, no, that has to change, man, because when you get up on stage, I don't care what you think about the Rolling Stones. Mick Jagger's probably 80 years old, still running from one side of the stage to the other side of the stage. You got to be athletic when you get up there.
It's a shame you don't see rappers go like rappers. You don't see rappers that old out here doing that.
But man, no,
not yet.
Well, not yet, man. But I'm saying there's still old rappers, even though you know we talked in the beginning, or I talked in the beginning of 25 years of Biggie Smalls died too young. That's the thing about the entertainment business. A lot of times you burn that candle at at both ends, man. And you live hard, live fast, and if you don't navigate it properly, you die young. That's been a thing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's it's definitely something with this new era that we're seeing a whole lot more.
It's not new.
It's unfortunate.
I mean, back in the 60s, they had the 27 club going up.
Yeah.
You know, people dying at 27.
Like the 21 club.
Ooh, that hurts. That hurts, man. You got this talent. You know, you mentioned Nirvana. I listened to Dave Grohl on a podcast yesterday, and that man, you know, he started out in a band called Scream, just like you, where he was in a school band trying to figure things out, and his bassist left, and they said, "Oh, Nirvana needs a drummer. Why don't you go drum for them?" And the rest is history, man. So you know, the man has done so much since then, but that's where you start in a little band, in a, you know, playing I guess Slipknot music. But did you play for anybody? Did you have any house parties at all, or was this all you in your own room with the I guess you didn't know any, you didn't know them.
I started rapping full time when I was 16. So I spent probably like a year or two when I was like, I mean, I started doing this young, like 13 or 14. I probably spent the first year or two just trying to find people that would play that, you know, like a guitarist and all that, because that's what I wanted to do was the band. And then I couldn't find anybody. So I went online. I took that route. Already told you about that.
Yep.
And then they still wasn't like, you know, I was just thinking like, this ain't really what I'm wanting to do. Like, you know, it ain't completely what I'm wanting to do.
No.
And if I ever want to take this serious, I got to split the money and all this. So I was just like, I'm going to put it in my own hands. Rap is personally, I love all music, but rap is personally my favorite music to create because there ain't no rules to it. You can do whatever, you can put whatever you want in it.
Yeah, it's tough to have a band, man, because you got to have all those people that you count on. They all got to be at the same place at the same time. Come to the studio
on the same page.
They all got to
do the same thing, and that's even harder.
Absolutely, man. That's why a lot of bands don't make. I mean, how many bands do you know that have lasted more than 25 years?
All the bands that I knew back in that era around Paragould and stuff, they're no longer around.
Even
I couldn't think of one.
You think of even the Beatles, man. That wasn't even 10 years that they were together doing all that. They might be arguably the greatest band of all time. I mean, even Elvis lasted from 55 to 77. So he lasted pretty long, but he was pretty much a solo artist. So you last longer when you're a solo artist. I think I just made a point, and I didn't even know where I was going.
When too many people get in on it, it fucks the vision up.
I mean, not to say that you don't need Street Hustle to help you record and mix down and master stuff.
They don't interfere with like what I want to do, like with my vision. But we all get together and we'll do something, but we don't, you know what I mean? We don't fuck with each other's stuff.
But when you come to them with an idea, do they at least help you out a little bit? Go, hey man, try this.
Oh yeah, for
try
sure.
this. And who's making the beats? Do you have Fruity Loops where you're making your own beats or what?
Shout out CG. He makes some of the beats. I ain't released nothing with his beats yet.
Okay.
But he make beats. We just get our beats from all over the place, though. I know a few different producers and stuff.
Well, at least you're getting beats that are yours and proprietary, not like back in the 80s when hip hop was new and we were stealing records from the 60s.
Right.
Funky Drummer is on how many 80s songs features James Brown's Funky Drummer? Doom, doom, doom.
I've still been copyrighted a few times for some samples.
Yeah, that's what it is. You know, YouTube says, "Hey, man, you're gonna get dinged for this one." But you know, hey, you go with what you know. Now with all this Pro Tools and Cool Edit and I guess Adobe Audition, which is what I'm using. I use Adobe Audition all the time. You can take a beat, change the pitch of it, flip it around, multiply it. Who knows where that beat came from? You know, you'll never know where that.
Shout out
beat came
CG.
from.
He makes some badass beats.
Yeah. So I mean, whatever beats you were using on the stuff that you've got up to now, I think I at least heard like 5 different songs of yours, And they're mastered right. They're mixed right. And you say you did them all with that microphone sitting right behind you?
My newest one, Dirty.
Yeah.
That one was recorded with Street Hustle.
Okay.
That one was recorded with CG.
Now that one does set apart.
Everything else I have out right now, though, yeah, it was recorded in my room.
And then who did the video for Dirty? Because that's a pretty good video.
That's also a Street Hustle video. Shout out Black by Blood. He recorded that. I did all the editing.
Oh, tell me, is he doing it on a cell phone or has he got an actual camera?
No, we got cameras.
That's fantastic. That's actual production, man.
Yes, sir.
You're putting time, you're putting effort, you're probably putting money into getting this stuff done and getting your dream where it needs to be. You're on this level. You want to get to that next level. And that's how you do it, man. You're grinding. So have you done shows out there? You said you did that show in August. Had you done any shows before that?
Yeah, I've been doing shows. You know, I had that hiatus.
Yeah.
I didn't do any shows during that point. But well, actually I did August. I had a few shows after that. And then my next show is on the 19th. So I just started doing shows again like recently. Like back in August.
You're coming back like once a month, twice a month. Where's your show? Do you know?
My show is in Paragould at the Landmark.
Is that a big place?
Yeah, it's a nice club. We be there a lot.
Yeah, a couple hundred people, I guess, or so.
Yeah, we gonna take it over.
It's cool. It's got a bar and you know what? Like, is it a bar or is it a club?
Both.
Oh, okay. But do they have like pool tables and what have you? I mean, is it a regular? Yeah,
they got all that. Yeah, if you want to come party, and you can listen to some good music, come to the Landmark in Paragould, March 19th. We turning up.
Fantastic, man. And that's you and Street Hustle, that whole crew.
A lot of mob shit.
See, that sounds like it's going to be a great show, man. You're going to not just have one voice, you're going to have several voices. Maybe people come for you, but then they get to hear them. Maybe they come for them, and then they find out about you. And that's how you help each other out, man. Is you know, people are going to be exposed to Kyle Cross that may not have been exposed to Kyle Cross before. That's fantastic.
You can ask around about me now.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, man. That's one of the reasons that you're here chatting with this old man, you know, who grew up in the 80s with Cool Mo D and Run DMC. And
hey, y'all like this video. If we get this, if we make this his most liked interview, I'm going to come there and I'm going to come to Conway and we're going to smoke a blunt together and do an interview.
Okay, I'm gonna smell a blunt because I can't get away with it with my day job. I get random drug tested every week. No, I'm kidding. I don't get random drug tested. But if they see this video, they're gonna random drug test me for sure. That's all right, man. I think I'm getting a contact high right now, and I'm not even close to you.
This mic.
That's what it is. Right through the mic, man. Right through the mic. Well, all right, man. It's good. It's good to know you, man. I've been.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you, man.
Definitely nice meeting you. I mean, how did we actually get together? Was it from Cody?
I think so. I believe so.
How do you know Cody? She was on the podcast. Cody Wallace. She's doing her thing as well. Do you know her personally, or she?
We just from the same area.
That's fantastic, man. And see, that's another thing is people helping people. So there's a big hip hop coalition going on in Northeast Arkansas. Check it out. Paragould to Jonesboro. Check it out.
Me and Street Hustle, we the face of it, baby.
There you go. Kyle Cross, Young Cross, Maine. All right, man. Sir. I mean, if you've given a lot of shout outs, you give credit where credit is due. And that's a beautiful thing. You got brothers and sisters that are doing this with you or no? You got any brothers and sisters or your only child? Oh, okay. So you're, as far as you're in your own household, you're an only child. You got street.
Oh, no. I got a little brother and a little sister. Shout out to the fam.
Oh, that's nice, man. How are you guiding them? You making sure they stay safe?
Yeah. I'm just trying to keep them from being as much of a fuck ass as I was when I was their age.
It's all we can do, man. It's all we can do is to make sure that really the next generation it does better than we do. But yeah, I can see you're going to go far, man.
Thank you.
You're recording, you're putting it out there. You got inspiration. You got people to help you out. I mean, any more shout outs you got to give before we wind this thing down?
Shout out Kim Kardashian. I seen that she was recently single and back into White Boys. So I'm wanting to get a part. I'm wanting to be a part of that.
Hey, just make sure you don't get her the person that she hires to get her clothes. She has an exact duplicate of herself, same body type, looks exactly the same as her, and so she doesn't have to go out and buy clothes for herself.
She can come through too.
He doesn't discriminate. He doesn't.
I don't discriminate.
He already said he's colorblind.
You can bring you and all your clones, shorty.
That's absolutely correct. All right, my man. Hey, I don't want this to be the last time that we chat. I want to come back
Yes,
as time progresses. If you got more shows, more stuff to talk about. I usually finish these things off with last words for the people. This could be words to live by, something you heard a long time ago, or just whatever pops into your head at this moment in time. Kyle Cross, give the last words for the people.
Hustle and motivate, baby. Hustle and motivate. It's Young Mob. Whole lot of mob shit. Kyle Cross, Young Cross Maine. Your girlfriend's favorite rapper. Straight out the 870. You feel me?
Well, there you have it, party people. Kyle Cross. Ladies and gentlemen, bang your hands together. For sure. Man, as young as he is, I thought, well, I don't know. He's just starting out. Is this brand new? He's fresh? No. Check him out. He's been doing it. He's not even 21. He's so far ahead of the game. Been doing it since he was 14, 13, 14. The man's got so much. He's so ahead of us. And by the time you get a couple more years under the belt, you might just almost take over the world. I appreciate you being in Ukraine, and battling, the the bullies, I guess, with your vicious hound. You should have, if you're listening to the audio version, you should check out his little dog. Very cute dog. All right, party people, that's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. Thank you so much, Kyle Cross, for being on the program. Now, if you, yes, you, my loyal listener, if you'd like to be on the program, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386, or email keysdan@aol.com. That's it for me. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.